Internet radio destination for the new millennium. Live anytime, on any day, from anywhere. It's webradio.com. Nothing can compare to what's happening across the network. So come listen to this station live at webradio.com with music, news, sports, whatever your taste, it's there. Web Radio also has some cool giveaways all the time. Be sure to check it out. Webradio.com.
And now, here's an exclusive American crime portrait.
Well, for Tony, it's for him, it's growing up. He has his dad, of course, his relationship with him. It's very human. It's very beautiful. This show, American Crime, it's gonna be addicting. I can already see it's gonna be addicting.
Why did you erase those texts? Huh? The ones from your phone? Because you knew you were doing something wrong. You knew it?
I always erase my texts. I know you go through my phone.
I'm your father. I want to know what's going on in your life.
You treat us like babies.
You don't tell me what's going on. You never tell me anything.
Tony, could I get you to stand up for me, please?
Why?
Stand up and put your hands behind your back.
What's going on?
You're under arrest for murder.
I didn't kill anybody.
Let's remain silent.
No, he was driving. That's all he was doing. You never said you were driving. Tony, he took the car.
Bobby!
He just took the car.
I didn't go, Bobby!
American Crime. Series premiere Thursday, March 5th on ABC.
Are you gonna take me home tonight? Oh, down beside that red firelight. Oh, you gonna let it all hang out? Fat bottom girls, you make the rockin' world go round.
Come on. KCLA-FM and Compa Productions presents the Pocho Loco Show, KCLA-FM.com. In the house tonight. Yes. That avid runner from Mcfarland. That man from the streets. An American Crime. It's Johnny Ortiz, our guest in the house. Yes. No, you don't clap for yourself, man.
Hey, Johnny, welcome to the show, man.
You're gonna have to bring it up to the mic.
Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, you're welcome. We're gonna get started with the show. We got a lot to do. Two out tonight that were expected, but that's cool. We'll cruise right along. Back with more after these messages.
It's a classic.
So are you a tennis ball on a string guy or more of a cork and fishing line guy?
You mean, do I have something dangling from the ceiling of my garage so I don't run into the wall?
Exactly.
I'm a little more technologically advanced than that, Terry.
Oh.
The ultrasonic parking alert from Radio Shack with signal lights that tell you when to stop. Only $39.99. One of many cool things you don't even know you need, like the digital tire gauge, just $11.99. Radio Shack.
Hi, down here, it's your mouth. Listen up, let's get some things straight, okay? A, I'm not a bottle opener, all right? B, wait until the pizza cools down. I'm tired of having the roof peeled for 3 days. And for Pete's sake, buy me some Cool Mint Listerine. It's proven to kill the germs that can cause gingivitis, which, by the way, 2 out of 3 mouths get before we're 25. So get some, huh? Otherwise, you might find me, your mouth, saying a little something unexpected on your next date, like, "Hi, my name's Mike, and I just love biting my toenails." Capiche?
See your dentist. Use as directed when brushing and flossing aren't enough.
Hi, this is Dirty Diana. I'll make your wildest dreams come true for just $3.95 a minute. Hello, this is Madam Diana's psychic hotline. Di here, odds on rainy Sunday in a second, 3 to 1.
Need extra cash? Log on to www.gotajob.com and apply for 10 jobs in 10 seconds. For employees, call 1-800-GOT-A-JOB.
Ooh, I'm wearing a lace teddy. What are you wearing?
My Sunday dress and an apron.
Grandma?
Gotajob.com. Part-time, full-time, in no time.
Sabor.
KCLA Pocho Loco Show with Johnny Ortiz.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, Johnny. John, there's some things. Let's see. Where are we at here in this show? Well, the person that was supposed to come in here, Rich, that was, apparently she's not here. I don't know if she's going to come in later, but I'll explain it to you later on. Should she come? Could be that she doesn't want to be here, which is, it's not good, but it doesn't break our streak of every show except maybe one show where our guest did not arrive. Because Johnny is the main guest tonight. So that counts. So a lot of these things I had set up for tonight is not happening. I'll skip down to concerning the guest that did not show. And Augie's not here either. Now the thing is Augie stepping down because he's getting ready?
No. Now it wouldn't be fair to discuss this on air since Augie does listen to our show.
Well, you're his partner. Are you both?
Well, I don't know. I spoke to Augie. I think he had some obligations with the basketball team or his team member as far as uniforms or something this evening. So he said he would make it. Now I don't know. He's not have you talked to him at all? He's not stepping up.
No. I emailed the show outline today.
He's not. He's part of the show. Augie's part of this show. And he always will be. If not physical, in spirit, he will be here. Actually, you know where he's at? He's
donut shop.
No, better than that. He's at Alfredo's Flowers because Valentine's Day is coming up, and Alfredo's is located at 5300 Sunset Boulevard. And Valentine's Day is coming up, and they got good deals there.
Hey man, you're
Valentine's Day.
slipping in an advert, man. And Augie's not over there at the flower shop.
He's buying. I saw him buying flowers for the girl that you said was coming in tonight.
John,
Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day flowers for Alfredo's Flower Shop in Hollywood.
That's like almost a month
in
away.
Armenia Town. No,
that's a month away.
This is January 7th. Think about it.
More than a month. It's more than a month away.
Think about it. Today's the 7th, right? Okay, tomorr's the 8th.
All right, you know
we're
what?
almost in the Valentine's Day.
I don't want to even go there.
Are you buying flowers?
No, I'm not buying your stories. What I'm not buying.
Well, I would suggest you walk across the street and pick up some Valentine flowers for Lolly.
Hey, John. I'm gonna get up out of my seat.
Right.
And I'm gonna go buy flowers a month, 5 weeks, Lolly. If you're listening, 5 weeks in advance.
Well, we gotta show her. You gotta beat the other guys out here, man. You gotta deliver early. Alfredo's Flower Shop.
That's why when you're young, you leave the drugs behind.
Okay, but Alfredo wanted me to do 1 minute for him for Valentine's Day.
Well,
write him a copy. Now, you want me to give you? Let me give you his phone number. You know the number at the flower shop. Just Google. Everybody in Hollywood, Google Alfredo's and get over there and pick up some Valentine flowers. Okay? I promise him a minute copy for a commercial. Huh?
Where's the other host? Where's the other guest?
Oh, he's buying flowers.
Not him.
No.
Oh, let's go on to the barbecue. He's having a barbecue. He's got a barbecue sauce. He's trying to promote. And now is that set? Because Sam said you were very sick, and I thought, this guy.
Sam watches too many movies, man.
I said,
he's a big
this
Chinese
guy.
movie
There goes the event. Now, how's that going? Is that set up at the W? Are we all
the
set?
W? We're looking at. What we're looking at is a Super Bowl barbecue taster, sponsored by Razor Boys Barbecue Sauce, featuring Robertson Entertainment, sports talk with the Pocho Local Show. That's going to be Friday, February 5th at 7 p.m. at the W. Industry mixer with actors, writers, producers, directors, investors, and and Pocho's going to be there, and we're going to have our new Robertson Entertainment. The sports talk is going to be there.
Are you going to invite Johnny?
And Johnny Ortiz, of course, by all means. The guy reminds me of a boxer, man. He's got that look.
Yeah, I'm going to instruct him to punch you out if you don't get straight.
You mean Victor Ortiz?
Yeah, he does have a boxer's look, man. He looks like he could play a boxer in a movie.
Johnny, I want to ask you.
He needs to be in the Schwarzenegger's.
Look,
he needs to Stallone Apollo Creed.
You're strained. I'm going to give him a question right now that I had set up later on in the second half. As long as you move up, Johnny, move closer, closer, like you're kissing your woman. Hey, no, have you met Oscar De La Hoya? That was
Oscar De La Hoya. He actually came to my premiere for Mcfarland USA. So
there you go.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, and he's from East LA.
He is.
I thought maybe you were. You're not.
You know what? I say anywhere that you grew up, kind of like Watts, South Central, Highland Park, El Sereno, East LA. I say it's East LA.
I was gonna say it was all East LA to me. Even Compton these days, that's East LA. No, yeah, Highland Park. And now, what is it, Richard? Is that you? I'm hearing a.
Maybe it's an alarm.
Alarm for
what? You know what? We're expecting to have World War III this year. If we don't get through, the United States will have its third.
It's all right if it's your phone. Oh, for watch out for flooding and all that. I thought you were going to say something that there was going to be an alarm to shut down the station. Oh man, well, you want to do that? No. Anyway, yeah. But I read what you're from Highland Park.
Yes, I was born and raised in Highland Park. I actually grew up in the streets, gang banging. That's where I grew up, and then from there I started acting.
Oh,
it's pretty amazing that you can go from being a gangbanger to being an actor, man. What's going down with Hollywood nowadays, man? I mean, look at all these gangbangers we got working in movies now. I should have been a gangbanger. I would have been much more successful in my acting career.
You know who's doing well is Antonio Wilson Antonio.
Yeah, him. Also,
yeah, you know him.
Yeah, him. Richard Cabral too, who's tethered down all the way from head to toe. Who's actually.
I went to one of those at the. Laugh Factory. What was it? The Laugh Factory? No. The over there in Brea.
The Laugh Factory?
Not the Laugh Factory. The Improv. They have an Improv in Brea. They
have so many stuff over there in Brea.
They had a fundraiser there for a film. Anyway, there's a lot of guys there. They were really tapped up, and they were doing parts of the film. But yeah, Wilson, he's doing pretty good. He got a part in a regular feature. I understand. But anyway, Richard, now is this going to come through?
It's an Amber Alert.
Listen, it's an Amber Alert. It says, emergency alert, Montebello, California, Amber Alert. License number 6TRZ Ocean 25, California, 2003 red Honda Odyssey van, type Amber Alert. They're looking for this vehicle, Pocho. We just announced it on the internet.
Richard, do you want to work for this station or do you want to work for the county? That's neither here nor there. We were talking about your thing, your event. Look, Augie just texted me, and oh gosh, He has pictures of himself.
Augie's a real freak out there. You know, he's taking pictures and sending them over to you, Pocho. He must have something on his mind. I don't know what it is. What's he doing sending you pictures of himself?
I don't know. Probably to prove that he's buying flowers. Doesn't look like it. Anyway, have you now, John? This you've always heard. You've heard about his event, barbecue event, February 5th, Richard 6th.
Pocho, you're part of it. February 5th. Where you have been? Where you been all these nights? I mean,
working on the show, which some others.
Well, you have your mind on something else.
Okay.
Did you write? You should have wrote down February 5th at 7 p.m.
It's in my head.
2016.
That's right after
this year.
That's right after the Super Bowl, right?
No, before the Super Bowl. Super Bowl's February 7th. By the way, what's happening with the game?
What game? I don't.
Who's going to be in it?
Well, I don't.
I mean, playoffs. Who do you favor?
I think it might be Arizona. Watching the way they beat the Packers and
Razorbacks.
No.
The Razorbacks are from Arkansas, right?
Yeah, Arizona Cardinals.
Oh, well, you know more about them than I do.
and I was going to pick New England, but I don't think it's going to be New England.
I think it's the Patriots.
They're playing lousy right now. Hey, now Johnny, are you a sports guy?
I actually don't.
Let him hold the mic.
I don't like sports. I guess because they don't pay taxes.
Oh, how do you know that? It's been Oscar De La Hoya. He's saying.
I don't know.
They don't pay taxes. Hey, do you know how much it's going to cost to relocate L.A. To relocate to L.A. the Raiders, the Chargers, and who else? What? Well, in St. Louis, yeah, San Diego, L.A.
They're not bringing
San
them all
Diego,
here.
Oakland, and St. Louis. You know how much they're gonna have to pay to come to L.A.? $500 million.
That's
each.
Nice.
Each.
Look,
500,000
with Concussion, Will Smith's movie, people are going to start boycotting games. The teams are going to go broke. They're not going to have enough viewership.
He believes that.
Yeah.
You're not going to break up something like that. Do you think even the U.S. government would allow that to happen with all the taxes?
Trust me.
Those guys are paying?
With these injuries and you know, it's not the U.S. They stopped selling fur because people didn't want to buy furs. The celebrities got behind that. I had a buddy had a fur business in Beverly Hills at La Cienega near Wilshire, just a couple of blocks over from La Cienega and Wilshire, from Flint Publications.
Yeah.
Larry Flint, Hustler Magazine. Remember that guy? Anyway, the guy became an actor, and he got out of the business of furs. And I know I had my office in his studio.
Oh, Richard, we've heard this. We've heard this about the guy with the millionaire. And all
He's already made his millions, and he worked from dusk till dawn. I cast him in it as a vampire with his motorcycle. Tim Reed, that's his name, and I put him in there from dusk till dawn. That's Quentin Tarantino's motion picture. Now Hateful Eight is out.
Have you met Quentin Tarantino?
No, I just seen him lately in the news. Put something on his. I guess in a Chinese theater in Hollywood, he put his shoe size in his hand and he put "fuck you."
Oh, did he? Oh, that guy ate too much. We had his dad.
You mean no? He said "fuck the police." That's what he said. Richard. That's what they said in Compton. Fuck the police. What do you think, Quentin?
Richard, come on, man.
I guess what he says.
Man, you know, I think that Concussion movie got too much for him.
He might have the concussion.
I think so. Well, you're a black belt, I was going to say. Anyway, what was I going to say? No. Leave him be. What was I? See, you took me off one of my questions I had for John here. Have you met? Oh, yeah. Have you met Robert Rodriguez?
Have I met Robert Rodriguez? Yes, I have met him.
Yeah. Did he go to your Mcfarland premiere?
No, he didn't. I actually met him through mutual friends that we have. I know Emilio Rivera, who he's on Dust to Dawn, actually Danny Trejo, so I know them through them.
Yeah. And I don't know what happened to some of his other films that were, I don't know if they're on the shelf or what, that were supposed to come out, but...
I think Robert Rodriguez was looking for new content. So
he signed on to TV, I think, didn't he?
I think he did. Yeah, he was looking for new content, which I know they're doing that Nali thing that they partnered up with El Rey Network, which they're helping out to try to get
Where is El Rey Network? I've heard of that.
Right network.
It's on cable?
It's on cable.
I have Mexican cable.
Yeah, it's actually.
You know, Mexican cable where you with the antenna. You remember those days, huh? When you were growing up there in Highland Park? I can't get the channel. Well, move it, get up, move it around, move it by the window. That's what I got. Everybody got, even this guy, Mr. Concussion. He has.
I thought in your age
cable
time
TV.
you guys had black and white TVs.
No, well, in our yeah, we even had that when I was in grad school. My ex and I, we had black and white.
You remember
TV.
watching Twilight Zone marathons, right?
You are from the Twilight Zone. Buddy. No, Richard, are there any questions you would like to ask him? You know, Augie was going to be here. I was going to give Augie the opportunity to ask John, and so he's not here. So now you ask him.
Okay, let me ask. Have you have you boxed in your past?
That's pretty interesting. Actually, before I even started acting, I was boxing 7 years professionally as a kid.
What?
Yeah, I actually, when it was the old jail, it was in Highland Park. They closed it down now. I was studying their boxing, and after that, I started breakdancing.
Oh, I know Highland Park. That's the one over by the river there, L.A. River, by the Gold Line. And we shot a lot of movie shoots over there. That's where we use a lot of, there's a jailhouse right there. It's an old jailhouse. So they had the boxing gym there.
It was on the 5th floor.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, we did a lot of movie shoots. I've been there. Matter of fact, when I was on a shoot there with Dom the Dragon Wilson, the Philippine actor. I was supposed to do a fight scene with him on top of the roof. Jeff Imada Eric Lee was the stunt coordinator on that, and he's a famous martial artist. Eric Lee. Oh, by the way, I'm going to start training again with Dan Inosano. If you know Danny's took over Jeet Kune Do, which is Bruce Lee's style. I met Danny back in '83. So I decided, I've always told myself I'm going to go train with him, and I never have. And my son took me out to his dojo, which is over in Marina Del Rey, and we parked in front of it. It was closed that day, but I decided, I've been watching a lot of Bruce Lee stuff on YouTube and his philosophy, and I said, you know, Bruce was right, and my teacher died 7 years ago, and I don't have an instructor, and I want to start training again. So I'm going to empty my...
You're not sick.
No,
you're not. Sam's lying. You're not sick. Does he look sick to you,
listen,
Johnny?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to empty my cup, and I'm going to go down to Danny's school, and I'm going to start training in Jeet Kune Do. I always wanted to do that. I'm going to do it at least twice a month.
Where are you getting
$20 bucks for an hour.
You don't have $20.
$20 for an hour. I'm going to borrow from you, Pocho. Pocho, I'm going to borrow the $20 from you twice a week. I expect for you to sponsor my training because I come and do your show. I expect for you to sponsor me.
He expects.
I expect for you to do that, Pocho. I'm asking you because
because
I'm going to go on Saturday. I'll see you Thursday. You give me the $20. And I'll go there after the show. You give me 20.
I got to watch American Crime.
I'm going to Dan and
I got to watch American Crime.
And you know, Dan.
I'm having a McFarland Raleigh.
Okay, but Danny Insano, Danny.
I don't care.
Danny took over Bruce Lee's sport of
you better watch
Jeet Kune Do, and upon his death.
Are you saying that correctly?
Jeet Kune Do. And listen to this, Jeet Kune Do.
How many Kwandos are there?
No, this one is Bruce Lee style. It's not a style, man. It's free, like water flowing. You got to become like water, my friend.
He's gonna cry.
You got to be like water.
You
watch it on YouTube. There's an hour. I'm seeing stuff I've never seen. You know, Bruce Lee got me into this art to begin with, back when I was 17 years old. So, you know, and I promised myself I would go. And you know what? How many years? 32 years ago. And I still haven't gone to Danny's school. It's time for me to go.
You know what?
And I'm not going to tell Danny.
I got 5 minutes left. I want to find out.
I'm doing a commercial for Jeet Kune Do.
Give the mic to. I leave here.
He loves the mic.
I hit the bar right after this show. This guy. Now you wonder why. Everybody in the studio wonders why I go out after the show. Look at this. Now you got into breakdancing.
Yeah, I got into breakdancing actually. Know how to do some moves.
Were you good at it or what?
I actually do. I know how to do a head spin. I know how to do front flips, back flips, stuff like that. But I'm not very. I'm competitive. But if you go with the pros, they're gonna demolish me. So, of course, I'm not going with the pros.
Okay, you were boxing at a young age. At how old were you then?
I was. I started boxing. I think for 12 I started boxing. 10, 12. I don't remember that much, but I was boxing for 7 years. I went every Saturday because every Saturday was classes, and I remember my parents couldn't afford it, so I used to take the train, and I remember I had no money to take the train. I used to take
Richard, no.
I remember also I took classes to my acting classes. I used to take my acting classes, and I used to take the train, and I used to pay. Now
he started game banging too.
Game
banging at night and boxing in the daytime.
Well, it's funny because
Richard, deja.
Well, I grew up gangbanging because most of my family were gangbanging, and
yeah, but I'm trying to create a timeline here. Okay, so then after the boxing, how old were you when you went into breakdancing?
Breakdancing. Well, it was during that time I was doing both actually. I was doing
okay.
Both. I was doing a little bit of this and a little bit of both, but it was both of them basically.
So like if they would make fun of your breakdancing, you go in the gym and break their jaw, right?
Well, I was as a young kid, I was always violent, so I never hesitated. I never hesitated to do something to somebody. But now I'm a whole different person.
Yeah, you are. Look at that. You see why he's dressed up? Look. I'm not too shabbily dressed, but look at this guy. He just rolled in here from the Golden Globes gifting suite, where they give a lot of swag out. Now, this is his swag right here. I took a picture, Richard, and if you touch it, we will prosecute.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, because I'm not getting any of it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't you know what swag? You don't know what swag is?
No, I don't know what you're referring to.
What's on the floor?
I don't see anything. I can't see it from here.
Hey, pick it up, man. It's on the floor.
I can't see anything from here. No, I didn't know what that is. What is that? I mean, you're showing me a bag.
No, we're not going to go through it right now because we're almost on commercial. It's swag, man. It's stuff you ought to know. Did they have that back in the day with Michael Jackson?
No.
Where you go into a place, a premiere or whatever, and they give you free stuff like watches and...
No.
He's got some nice stuff there.
No, man. I haven't gotten anything. Let me tell you, I've been in this business a long time, but I just got a TV series I start next month up in San Francisco. It's a recurring role, so I'll be up there working. They put me up in a hotel.
You're going to work.
Yeah, I'm going to work. Union.
Going to work.
I'm going to go to work.
Union.
Union, and it's a union job and a recurring role. And I met them at AFM, and they called me and said, "You got it, man. We're going to be putting you up per diem." Well, they got to. I'm union.
Yeah, that's right.
So you'll see me with some bucks, and I'll be up there, but I'm not moving up there. Earthquake territory.
Okay,
up there.
now, John, we were talking because he was, God bless this guy. He's the first one in the studio after me. Again, you don't know how many times we started the show, and I was the only one in here, and then right on cue at 6 o'clock, everybody storms to the mic. But you said that at the Golden Globes, the cast got nominated because
the cast and two of the cast members individually.
Okay.
So the whole cast and two cast members.
So that means if the award for best ensemble for drama or whatever it is for the Golden Globes, because I am a movie guy. The Golden Globes is partially movie. That means if your ensemble wins, that you'll get a Golden Globe too.
That means that it doesn't mean individually we're gonna get a Golden Globe. It means individually the whole cast will get a Golden Globe, and not only that, but our lives gonna change. We're gonna get a whole bunch of free stuff, more free stuff.
So wait a second, man. Gregory Martin is a Puerto Rican, half Italian director, producer, writer. Now his daytime soap got 3 Emmys, and so they all got Emmys. I mean, they won best daytime drama, and everybody got Emmys.
Yeah.
So the Emmys, they do that. Now, how come you guys are not going to get everybody getting a Golden Globe? No, Dad, let him answer.
Well, for me,
happy.
I wish everybody got a Golden Globe, but I think for me, awards is just a thing like. It's not really important for me in the industry. Even if it does change people's life, for me it's not very important, because at the end of the day, what keeps you grounded is your family, what you're doing at home, and not only that, but every time you're working you feel blessed. So what is it when you're getting an award and you're still working?
Richard,
it just makes you feel.
Richard, go outside and see if somebody's out there in the lobby that's looking for the show. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and it just makes me feel happy. It makes me feel that that if the award wins or it doesn't win, I'm still working and I'm blessed to be here alive,
Well, I hope you people out there are listening. That's sound advice. It keeps you balanced, keep you level, not get ahead of yourself, not too self-important. Johnny, I like what you're saying, but we're going to have to break right now, cut to commercials, and we will be back with the real interview, Johnny Ortiz. All right. Jennifer, she was in here. She was standing outside. Her and her crew.
It sits there looking like a candy bar in a nice orange wrapper, right? Reese's Nutrageous. Then you take a bite and it blows your eyeballs to Pluto, kicks your ribs to the roof of your mouth, pounds your taste buds into a simpering puddle of pulp and leaves you for dead. Want one, don't ya? Reese's Nutrageous. So loaded. Chocolate?
And Reese's peanut butter.
You don't eat it. You survive it.
Advertisement? And you can't do that? Every morning you shave the same area, over and over, till it becomes really irritating. But now there's Gillette Mach 3. 3 blades that shave progressively closer. You take 1 stroke, it takes 3, so you don't have to shave the same area over and over. The result, far less irritation. 3 blades, fewer strokes, less irritation. Mach 3. From Gillette.
Hi, this is Dirty Diana. I'll make your wildest dreams come true for just $3.95 a minute. Hello, this is Madam Diana's psychic hotline. Di here, rise on rainy Sunday in a second, 3 to 1.
Need extra cash? Log on to www.gotajob.com and apply for 10 jobs in 10 seconds. For employees, call 1-800-GOT-A-JOB.
Ooh, I'm wearing a lace teddy. What are you wearing?
My Sunday dress and an apron.
Grandma?
Gotajob.com. Part-time, full-time, in no time.
Like, for example, the whole free stuff. I barely started getting.
I heard you got a new car, Howie.
Just a car, Terry? It's a classic.
So are you a tennis ball on a string guy or more of a cork and fishing line guy?
You mean, do I have something dangling from the ceiling of my garage so I don't run into the wall?
Exactly.
I'm a little more technologically advanced than that, Terry.
Oh.
The ultrasonic parking alert from Radio Shack with signal lights that tell you when to stop. Only $39.99. One of many cool things you don't even know you need, like the digital tire gauge, just $11.99. Radio Shack.
Are you ready? Webradio.com, your internet radio destination for the new millennium. Live anytime, on any day, from anywhere. It's Webradio.com. Nothing can compare to what's happening across the network. So come listen to this station live at Webradio.com with music, news, sports, whatever your taste, it's there. Web Radio also has some cool giveaways all the time. Be sure to check it out. Webradio.com.
How many people cried
Loco Show, KCLAFM.com. Oh, man. The only good thing that's happened on this show is that Johnny Ortiz is in the house. Yeah, that's what counts.
JWS.
JWS, but when I want to ask him, I know it's going to be his airtime, but when am I going to be a guest on the show?
I'll let you know. Give the mic back to Johnny. Now, who is that now?
No, it's your booty, that's booty call. Booty call.
That's the booty call. From where? From where? I'll tell you, the ladies are.
It's Sunset Boulevard calling. It's a booty call.
Yeah.
Want me to go?
Let
me go out and check the Sunset Boulevard and see who's calling you.
Well, why don't you do that? Why don't you do that? All right,
you guys
Johnny.
are both hilarious.
Oh, got it, man. These guys, please. I'm gonna have him as a guest. All right, Johnny Ortiz. Let's get serious. Come on, let's be serious about this. I've got all your information. John, you're a hard man. Now, how do people address you? How do you like people addressing you? Do you have a nickname?
I mean, I do have I have a nickname called JWS, which stands for Johnny White Suits, because I was known for wearing a lot of white suits in almost every event. But then my manager got mad and she's like, "Yo, we're seeing too much white suits on the internet. You just gotta knock it off." And
really?
Yeah.
All the pictures that I saw when I was trying to post for Facebook for you, I didn't see you in too many white suits.
Well, because I started changing. I started changing the fact barely like a month ago. I started changing all my wearing different suits. Literally, I was wearing white suits to every event.
Okay. So, and in another reel that I saw, you were talking about Enya. What does that mean?
Project Enya. Enya basically reminds you of your roots, where you come from. I'm basically third generation. Enya is basically when you say Enya, it sounds Hispanic.
Is it from the Mexican culture, or is it from other Sudamericano? I'd never heard that.
Enya basically you can consider Enya anybody who's Hispanic and lives in anywhere in Latin America. Anyone that's Hispanic, Latino is Enya.
You're Mexican, something else?
I'm Mexican mixed with Guatemalan.
Really? You know, last week we had Christopher Baisa in here, who is a director. An indie director, and same thing. I'm finding a lot of Mexicanos, Guatemaltecos in the industry. That's interesting. Wow. Well, the countries are close to one another, and the mom or the dad's Mexican, or
my dad's Mexican from Michoacán, Arteaga, and my mom's from Guatemala, from Shela, which gets into Tenango, which is 5 hours away from the capital.
Now, do you speak Spanish fluently?
I do. Hablo español frecuente. Y también hablo ruso y chino.
Where'd you pick that up at?
So I studied Russian in college. I can say 6 months before I got released from juvenile hall, I went to college, and I actually took courses there, and I learned Russian.
Now, what college did you go to?
I went to PCC, Pasadena City College.
Oh, really? Okay.
I went there. I still want to go back, and I think it's important to get a degree. But with all the acting stuff that's going on, there's no room for that. But one thing I look forward is always having a degree to back me up.
Now, what you do is when you make all this money, you take a year or two off.
Well, that's the same thing Eva did.
Study.
Yeah.
Eva who?
Eva Longoria.
Oh, Eva. Oh, really?
Yeah, I remember seeing her the first time. Eddie Padilla, who was my life coach, took me into USC, and Eva Longoria was giving a speech, and she basically said how in her industry she first made herself solid, and after she made herself solid, she had her, I guess, time to make herself have a break and then study, and then she got a degree in bachelor's also, and from there she went back to acting. But first you have to have a solid. You see, for me it's still a roller coaster, so I'm enjoying the whole way.
Mijo, she's single. What's wrong with you, man? She was right
there. I know,
there.
she just got engaged.
Again?
Yeah.
Yes.
In Dubai.
In Dubai. Does she want to be like Selma Hayek? She wants to marry some rich French guy?
No, she's actually not remembering a French guy or a black guy or none. She's actually marrying, the guy from I think Telemundo, Televisa, the owner, CEO.
Hey, they had a big fire up there. For New Year's, but she's getting married over there in Dubai. Is that
no?
What
she got engaged over there. That's where the basically the lover or.
Hey, you couldn't get you couldn't get engaged out there in Tijuana or something like that. No, Richard. No, this is.
What I saw outside.
No. Is it has to do with the guest?
It does.
Who? What?
Actually, it was a beautiful Asian girl standing at the light, and I asked her if she wanted to come into the radio station.
Give him the mic. Give him the mic back. I knew it. Why do I fall for this? Idiot, man. All right. Now, you said you didn't finish up, what, middle school and high school?
You know,
I mean, in a regular
Well,
program.
I never graduated in middle school or elementary school or high school. I was always all over the place. I graduated actually in jail and got my GED, and that's the reason why I was able to go into college.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So that's a success story, because what I'm trying to understand here is, you know, I taught Richard, you and Augie laugh, but these are the type of students that I used to teach. I used to teach a guidance program in Long Beach with all the probation kids, and you know, all those with that if they didn't succeed or if they violated their probation, of course they get put in, and they always had trouble from the time, from kindergarten all the way up to middle school, high school, and eventually they got booted out into our program. So what you're going through, I relate to a lot, because I had dozens of students like that, but none of them really got into they all wanted to be rap singers. Okay. And my question to you right now is that now why was there no interest on your part, or why is it you didn't go through those programs? Was there something you just didn't like school?
You know,
what?
I can say that I want to give a shout out to and thank you to all the nonprofits out there that help out, and basically, because there is programs out there that help me out and helped me out. I started out in a theater company called Casa 0101 in Bow Heights, who the owner of that place is Josefina Lopez, the one that wrote Real Won't Have Curbs. And she brought me into this theater company, and I took free classes, and from there I always wanted to be an actor, but I never knew how. My parents never knew, you know, how to get into the industry. So I started taking acting classes, and because of her I started learning. I also, when I was in jail, there's this program called Unusual Suspects, which basically came inside jail, and they basically started teaching kids, juveniles that wanted to learn how to act, and I took courses, and now I actually came out. I came out and I actually did a speech for them, which is it's awesome. They do galas every year to help raise money to support help at-risk youth kids.
But like many of my other students that I've had in the past who went through early years like that, you didn't have an interest in the regular program for school? That was. You mean
regular programs? Or
the regular. You know, why didn't you go through the programs in elementary, regular public school?
Well, you know, elementary school. I remember in elementary school. It's not something to be proud of, but I remember being in 3rd grade and I was trying to stab someone with a screwdriver for a girl that didn't belong to me. And basically, I remember the school cop came in, and because I was so young, I couldn't go to jail, so they basically just kicked me out of school, and he said, "Don't do that," and stuff like that. And I was always getting kicked out of schools. I never had the chance to go into programs. That's the answer.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's what I was getting at. And then you got involved in one of these programs that got you interested in acting, and so you don't come from a family that's into the arts or anything like that?
No, I don't have
any tios that were singers?
I mean, my mom tells me stories, you know, as I made it through the whole industry. She tells me stories how my grandma, she used to be a singer over there in Guatemala, how she was trying to make it up. So she always tells me that my roots come from acting, and that she believes that I have acting roots.
Yeah, because a lot of people that have come in here, actors and actresses, even directors, it all started when they were young, like yourself, that they've always wanted to get into acting, and that's what prompted them into trying out Hollywood. And congratulations to you for getting this far. And then Mcfarland, was that your first major film, Mcfarland?
My first major film, yes. My first working with a major star, no.
Yeah. Did you and Kevin Costner? What was he like to work with?
Kevin Costner is great, man. He's such a wonderful, humble person. Has lots of stories to share. If you guys do not know, this is something that probably a bunch of people do not know. Dancing with the Wolves, or was it Dancing?
Dancing with Wolves.
Dancing with the Wolves. Remember that movie, right?
Yeah.
Wow. You know, to make that movie, you remember he already done movies and he already was successful.
Yeah.
But in order to do that movie, the studios didn't want to back him up. They didn't believe in it. So he actually had to put his house on mortgage to do that movie, and it's pretty interesting when you believe in something and you're prideful. That's something that he taught us. When you're prideful and you believe in something and you really believe in it, stuff can be accomplished.
And I think that's probably where you're gonna land up someday, John. I think you're gonna start
I'm
doing
happy.
your own films.
I'm happy because
I'm happy.
I'm very happy. I'm very blessed. I just started my main lead movie in Mexico, where I play a soldier talking about the 3,000 deported veterans. So I'm very blessed. I'm blessed to be working and filled with wonderful people in my life.
Yeah, and it's important, like you say, to believe in yourself. And even Francis Ford Coppola, he put his house and everything else on the market when he was doing Godfather, the first Godfather. To do the same thing, because Paramount didn't care for his screenplay, nor did they care for the picture. It was too dark and all that. But yet, if you believe in yourself, believe in your project, good things will happen. And so what is it now? Your PR man who set you up and getting you in here. He said that you were working, you're about to start another film?
Yes, I'm about to start another film in February where it talks about the immigration process. And I love doing stories about that, you know. I guess one thing about me that people can say about me is that I love doing films that have to do with real life situations.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm about. It can be a low budget, big budget, doesn't matter.
And where's this going to take place? Where are you going to?
This is actually so the place. It's taking place in Mexico, but it's not filming in Mexico. It's actually the desert places are being filmed in Santa Clarita. There's other places as we speak right now. Which I just got a text that I gotta have a meeting with them to talk about the whole character.
Oh. And when does that start shooting?
February 2nd.
Oh, February. I'm sorry. Yeah. And now American Crime.
My show, he's not going to be there.
Well, I don't think. No, I won't. It'll be a nice party, even though we'd like to have Johnny there. He's got to shoot a film, Richard. Well, you can't get into barbecue sauce.
That doesn't mean. By the way, that doesn't mean that he's going to be on set February 5th. They're going to start cameras maybe rolling on February 2nd.
But he's going to be,
he might be able to make our show.
No, he's got to rest. He's got to sleep at night.
Well, no, we don't talk about it being on the show now. Don't plant any seeds in his mind about that. But by all means, when are you going to have me on your show as a guest?
Can I get the...
oh my God! Does he always do that?
Yeah, he tries to. You just ask some of the other people that have been in here, and I'm short of like buying handcuffs and chaining them to the far end of the sofa over there. But okay, now American Crime. Now that's been on the air for a year already, or is about to?
I guess you could say 4 or 6 months of filming, and then the rest out in TV. So.
Is your character now? See. If I would have known that you were in this, because I'm more into film, like I said, I'm not into TV, but if I would have known you were in it, just like Amy Garcia when she was in that show Vegas in CBS, you know Amy Garcia, the actress?
No.
George Lopez show, she was the niece.
I remember George Lopez show, yeah.
And his niece, remember when the niece came on the show?
The new one he had, or the one he already had?
The George Lopez, no, the old one.
The one that got canceled.
The one that got canceled on ABC.
Yes.
Well, the niece.
Yes.
Maybe you were, I don't know.
I remember the niece.
Younger.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, that's Amy, and she got put on the show Vegas, on Channel 2, and they canceled that. And I started watching that show, and I liked it because it had to do with the early days of Vegas. Canceled it. If I had known that you were on American Crime, I would have started watching that. Now, was your character recurring?
Yes, I was a recurring role on it. It was 4 or 6 months of filming. It was fun. It was a fun experience. It was shot in Austin, Texas. And it took place in Modesto.
It was shot in Austin, Texas, but it took place. Do you use Modesto for Austin or what?
Yes, we use Modesto.
Modesto.
I mean, Austin has Modesto.
You poor kid, man. He had to spend his first feature film out there, Mcfarland. You ever been to Mcfarland? I've gone through Mcfarland. And then you go to Modesto. I mean, these are kind of depressed areas. But that was what was great about Mcfarland.
Yeah.
And I remember that team that won those state titles. But, of course, you never hear about the full story. And then I was blown away with the film.
Well, it's great. It's great. McFarland is a small little town. You can call it a tourist town.
Yeah.
You know, and not only that, but Disney did so much wonderful stuff for them, you know, as they built a
That's
playground. They built a playground. It took 5 hours. They got all the Disney actors. They got all McFarlane runners, McFarlane helpers from the community, and even Kevin Costner came and helped out. And we took 5 hours to build this playground just for McFarlane.
Wow. I was hoping that would be, I'm still am hoping that it'll get some kind of recognition from the Academy.
Well, we're hoping, you know, I'm hoping for a lot of people to watch it. I know a lot of people have been seeing it now because people have saying, oh, I see it in an airplane as I'm going to, you know, wherever they're going. And that's actually interesting. People see it. They saw it in HBO, so it's going. Residuals are coming.
Good.
That's good.
Wow.
And it's a great film.
You're getting a piece of that? I saw that watch. Don't think I didn't see that watch. Huh. You know the Mexicano. I know that watch. You're talking about McFarlane. I said, I'm talking about that watch. Look at that. No, but yeah, it seems like Kevin Costner everywhere he goes. The baseball movie, Fields of Dreams. Fields of Dreams. Yeah, they turned that into a tourist spot. McFarlane. They're turning that into a tourist spot, and you know, they've had a bad history. You know, McFarlane with the cancer cell that was there a long time ago. 60 Minutes to the spot on that. So, yeah, that whole valley it seems to have problems of one kind or another. But so yeah, Modesto, McFarlane. So back to American Crime. Is it still?
Season 2 just came out. I'm not on season 2. I'm not a recurring because it's this. I can say the seasons are like more like a American Horror Story. They're like every season they bring the cast is new, and they're doing. There's still hopes. There's still possibilities that we can be in season 3, season 4. But at the end of the day, I guess for me, I'm working. I'm blessed. So if it happens, if it doesn't, I'm not looking. It's not something that it's like I need it. You know.
Yeah.
I'm happy. Right after that, I booked the movie in Mexico. I said I just booked another one. There's pilot season coming in, so we're very happy. And just for all the stuff that's happening in my life. One thing I do want to tell people, and an advice that I tell people is that it's not how you start in life, it's how you finish. And it's important because I say if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. And what I mean by that is that you have to go through a struggle. You have to go through pain. You have to go through suffering in order to get where I am. Don't think that I'm smiling. I have this gold watch. I have all these gifts that they give me. That it was all fun. No, I shared tears. I had tears in my eyes, and I just want you to know that it's okay. That people go through that, and just know that pain is temporary, and the word impossible says that I'm possible.
Well, that's pretty much how we grow in life, through our mistakes, through the pain, through suffering. If we can get over that, then other things that come our way that may seem like obstacles, they're not as difficult. As we recall the old days and what we had to go through. And as I said, you and others who whether they like it or not, you become a role model. Singers and actors, they want to claim in interviews, well, I'm really not a role model. Well, it's too bad. Guess what? The public has already claimed you as a role model, whether you like it or not. And maybe it may not be so much for your moral character, but because of what you have done, because people are trying to strive, they're striving to get to where you're at. So whether public figures like it or not, they are a role model to the general public in one way or another. And so is there anything you would like to promote right now? How people can contact you, websites, anything like that?
You guys can find me on Mr. Johnny Ortiz. I'm all over social media. Yeah, you guys can find me there, and just want to show you guys love and support, and thank you all guys for hearing this and for showing us mad love. And Pocho Loco, you're always loco.
I'm right here for you, man. And anytime you need a little bit of consejo, palabras, I'm right here for you. You know where to find me. Anyway, so what? So you don't have any time for parejas, for lady friends, anything like that?
Ladies, they don't have time. I'm gonna share something real quick with you guys.
All right, spit it out.
I actually was I was with somebody. My ex-girlfriend was 35. I got a house with her. I put her in her name, both of her names. So at the end of the day, she wasn't paying nothing. So I ended up, she didn't want to go out. So she basically, I was gonna use the court, and she basically said, well, I'm part of this, so you're not gonna be able to kick me out real quick. So I had to give her. I told her, I'll give you $4,000 cash if you get out of my life. And she took the money cash. But it hurt me because at the end of the day, I loved her and she left. But it was good for me because at the end of the day, I learned a valuable lesson. There's a lot of cougars out there. There's a lot of people that want money, and you just gotta be careful and you gotta be on top of it.
And were you acting at the time?
Was I acting? Yes, I was acting.
What a nut! Did she split?
Yeah.
Ladies, you listen to this. Yeah, you gotta be real careful, man.
Yeah. So now dating for me, it's not something that being with somebody officially is not something that I'm looking forward for.
No, concentrate on your work.
But on my work, I am.
And you know, in this business, no, Richard, we're almost done here.
Come on, you gotta give Richard a little time.
Give him a little time. He's got all evening to talk to me. Before you cut in, Richard, what was I gonna say? See, you take me off the track, and now the clock is running on me.
It's called dementia. Memory loss.
I know what I was gonna say. No, it's called interrupting the host. You know this business that you're in, and even in our business, Richard and I, and where we're at in Hollywood, because this show goes out live all across the world tonight. Mm-hmm. Many people are listening. Whether you believe it or not, many people are listening. There are nice women all over the place in this town, wherever you go to. I bet you where you went to tonight.
There's a dime a dozen in every corner.
There's a dime a dozen. And so, you mijos out there, you gotta just take your time, sit down, get to know these ladies, because as John has shared with you, Johnny O, you mind if I call you Johnny O?
Go for it.
Yeah, you gotta think twice, thrice.
My girl was a little bit more expensive than that. She needed $7,000 to jump out of my life. I gave her $7,000. He gave this one $4,000, and he had the house in her name. She was cheap. She took $4,000. I had to give my girl $7,000, and then she went and met another guy. You believe that?
No, I believe it.
Mine went to Vegas.
She what?
Mine went to Vegas. Don't ask for what.
and she lost it, all right. Let me set this up here. So I think
$4,000. Mine was $7,000, man. No lie, man. She ran off with another dude like a month after her mother passed away.
Seriously?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. I gave her $7,000 in pennies in Texas, and I put it under her table. I gave her $3,000, and I gave her another $4,000. No, I gave her $4,000. Then I gave her another $3,000, like an idiot. Yeah. After her mother died, she went back to Dallas, and she met a guy a month later.
30 seconds, Richard.
She met a guy a month later. I should talk to Michael Jackson about this.
Oh, no. What you're going to have to do, John, is you're going to have to do like me. One of these days, maybe the two of us, we're going to have to go out to the selva. We're going to have to go out to the forest to find one of these indigenas.
I know, right? Where they get married at 14.
Where they have the earrings, and the thing through their nose and all that, and the long dresses. Yeah.
In Guatemala, there actually exists still.
I think we're gonna have to do that. Okay, that's it for us. Thank you for listening in. Thank you, Johnny O, for coming into the show, and we'll see you all next week. We gave the shout out how to contact him. All right. Hasta la próxima.
Adios, amigos.
Send me away.
What do you want to say, Johnny?
Hasta la vista.
Arriba. Ándale.